"Go away, Nat," groans Sam, peeling a piece of pepperoni from her pizza and flinging it at me. I dodge it and zoom in on her bulging mouth. She throws another piece, and that time it hits the lens dead on. I swear, immediately pausing the recording to flick away the pepperoni. I use my sleeve to dab at the lens, then check the screen. The image is blurred, streaked with grease. "You can clean this," I scowl. Sam shrugs. "Sure. Sorry in advance if I break anything." I get the point. I'll do it myself. She grins and pushes her pizza box towards me. "Here, you get a free apology slice." See, a normal person would just say sorry, but I take some anyway. I'm not angry enough to turn down pizza, not even for the honour of my camera. Sometimes I capture things I'd really rather never see again, like the man next door with his hand down his trousers, or the middle finger from the school kids on the bus. But there are the good parts too. I like filming when Mum hides inside the wheelie bin when it's Dad's turn to take out the rubbish. I like filming drunken trips to McDonald's that usually end in a food fight. And you never know when something's going to happen, something that you don't want to miss. Anyway, my point is I film everything, and my friends are as used to it as they are going to get. After Sam leaves, I make myself comfortable wrapped in a thick blanket. It's so cold there's frost inside my window. I slip the memory card out of my camera and plug it into my laptop. I'll sort through the week's stuff, maybe make some edits, get a video or two to share with my friends. A shot of Sam scrounging for the last of Milkshake, or Dylan singing another duet with himself. Maybe send the bit of Dad slipping on the actual banana skin that Mum put in his study into You've Been Framed. Dylan flashes onto the screen, poking the lens as I spin it away from him, trying not to laugh. I watch as his boyfriend, James, messes up Dylan's painstakingly styled hair, so he goes for him instead. It'll be great for their future wedding footage. It's starting to get dark by the time I reach the last video. It's strange because I thought I stopped with the film of my dog barking at the IAMS advert. But there's another one, time-stamped hours later. It won't be the first time I've forgotten about recording something, or it could even be a glitch. Maybe I accidentally pressed the button and it'll just be an hour of footage of the camera lens. I need a cup of tea before I look through anything else though. Looking at the computer screen is making my eyes ache. I only realise how quiet the flat is when I emerge from my room. I live with 2 other girls, but neither one of them seems to be home. My footsteps creak on the floorboards, the sound making my heart quicken. Don't be ridiculous, I tell myself. It's just my flat, the same one I come back to every day, the one I wake up into early each morning. But I still can't think of what that video could be. Maybe one of my flatmates picked up the camera. We don't usually mess with each other's stuff, but there is an unwritten agreement that we share when we need to. Maybe it's Sam screwing with me to get me back for always having it in her face. Whatever, I'll soon find out. And tea will definitely help, even if it has got white bits from the kettle floating in it. I bolt back to my room as soon as I have the tea. It's cold out here in the wider world of the flat, and the warmth of beneath my duvet beckons. When I click on the video, I think for a moment that I was right about recording the inside of my case. The screen is dark, apparently nothing on it. Only then I see something flicker, a sort of shadow, but I can't tell what it is. I squint at the screen, trying to force my eyes to adjust to the darkness. It's familiar, yet not at the same time. I'm used to seeing my friends behind the camera, my dog, my parents, strangers who pass by. I'm not used to seeing myself. At first, I don't believe it. It has to be a joke. Dylan or James or Sam, one of them thinking they're funny, getting me back for all the years of pushing the lens in their faces. It seems a little too far to go for a joke, though, breaking into my house while I'm asleep. I have to call them and ask, but I can't bring myself to even reach for the phone. The camera settles. I watch as another shape creeps into the edges of the screen, growing bigger, and my last hopes of a joke seep away. It's no one I recognise. Too tall, too broad, shoulders that don't match with the people I've known for so many years. Someone else, a stranger, barely visible in the darkness. It's a man, I'm sure, but where his face should be, there's an old, faded potato sack stitched around to circle his neck, obscuring his features. I can only see hollow gaps where his eyes should be. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. And the stranger's going to whip off the bag, and then Dylan will appear in front of the camera too, laughing so hard just to mock me. But the man in the sack keeps staring. No one else is coming. I see him lift his arm and wave at me, at the camera. I see him look down at my body, still blissfully asleep. I see him walk backwards. I see his feet dragging along my carpet. I see him reach behind me with a hand that isn't waving and bend the handle of my walk-in wardrobe. Then I see him disappear inside it. My body is frozen. Only my head can move, a fraction of an inch as I turn to stare at the door the masked man disappeared through, and over the sound of my own ragged breathing, I hear him knock.
Thank you, Jo. Thank you, Primrose.